Jones.
Hello, I'm Gary Jones. Should I go ahead and introduce myself, I guess?
We'll start, as I said, I always say the question first, so if anyone just wanted to look at your piece, they would know what questions you're asking.
I see.
So we'll start with a short personal statement. Why are you interested in serving on the city's planning commission? In your response, please include a summary of your relevant education skills and experience, including any past civic involvement.
Besides just general civic duty, I'm a citizen of Emeryville. I live on 45th Street up here, and I have a single-family home. I have a child and a wife, and we are all very happy with Emeryville. We're pretty committed to it. We're actually building a second master bedroom off the back of my house right now. I also work in design. I work for some of the top design firms in the world, IDEO, Smart Design, and Fuse Project. All those companies are actually working in urban planning, and it's actually a direction that most design firms are going right now. I think I can offer something with my knowledge in that area. That's about it.
What do you see as the role of a planning commissioner?
In general, to vote and help promote the general plan and things that are proposed within the plan. But also, I think a real way to describe it is to help define the spirit of a place and then help the others articulate that spirit. I want to be able to help the community build a community that it wants to build and assist them in the best they can.
Give one example of a recent economic development or housing project in Emeryville that exemplifies your point of view regarding design, community benefit.
Yeah, I think you're on question 4.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Question 3.
Sorry. I crossed it out before it's time.
That's okay, because that's the hard one. I could just skip it.
We're not that easy.
Sorry. Describe your knowledge of the city's general plan and any other major planning documents that have been adopted by the city council in the past 2 years.
I've reviewed the general plan, and I'm intrigued by both its sustainability efforts as well as the biking lane and pedestrian enhancements. I like the direction it's going, and it really pretty impressed by that. What I'm really impressed by is the San Pablo urban design plan and its overall impact that it might have on the city. I think San Pablo is a major portion of our city that people see from both Berkeley and Oakland, and a redesign of that area would really be amazing. I think that black and white liquors is something of a blight on the corner there, and it would be awesome to see something like Buy Right in the San Francisco area, or another small organic shop. Things like that are the direction I'm going for. I'm really happy with Arizmendi's, Los Cantaros, and Wally's. Even these are all really cool small businesses in Emeryville that are really making us look good. I think that the planning on that San Pablo Avenue would be a direction that would really stand out. I find that when you discuss down towards, let's see, Hollis and Powell area, a lot of the people in that area are coming for a reason and then getting other things out of Emeryville when they get here, IKEA and things like that. But I think San Pablo would really be a great direction to go.
Now, number 4. Give one example of a recent economic development or housing project in Emeryville that exemplifies your point of view regarding design, community benefit, and our community process, and explain why.
I've got a couple there, but I really like the Marketplace Hall in Emeryville, Marketplace area, and the redesign with adding both the Guitar Center as well as Urban Outfitters. There's also like this amazing outdoor area down there that's really, I think, helping our citizens and helping our people, as well as helping the visitors that come to Emeryville. That's the one I would lean to. I also am happy, because it's near my house, is the Temescal Creek project. And I have 2 dogs, so that's also helping me. I generally drive them somewhere. They're horrible on leash, but I'm kind of looking forward to that development. And I think it was pretty well done.
Mayor Brinkman.
Okay, Council. Any questions? Nora, nothing? Ruth?
What do you think you would bring to the Planning Commission that would be unique?
I think human-centered design thought, which is something that I've kind of practiced for the last few years, which is how things are designed and how we collect the data in order to design it that way and to apply that.
Okay.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and change my question, which is about trees. And it's interesting, you mentioned Temescal Creek Park and the redesign there. And as a planning commissioner, often you're weighing in on the design of a new project and whether trees are either retained or new plants are planted as part of that project. And I just kind of wanted to get your point of view on maturity, I guess, in terms of trees in town.
Mm-hmm. Being from Berkeley, I'd hate to cut down a tree, but in general, I understand that planning and the way that goes, and that maybe the original plan and why that tree was originally planted may not have been best for the future of that park. So the idea of replanting a tree to me isn't such a bad thing, a give and take type of thing. I don't like them, clear cutting the parks or something like that. I'd really look forward to having shade and a tree to climb for my kid. But in general, I would be a give and take person, I think. It's okay to move a tree.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, and my question is about family-friendly amenities. What do you feel the role is for a planning commissioner, or can you think of an example of how the planning commission could support family-friendly policies and amenities in town?
So in general, you want to know what policies I think would be best. I enjoy a lot of the amenities that are already available to me in Emeryville, such as the park programs and things like that. My child goes also to ECDC, and that's an amazing school, and I really enjoy things like that. I'd like a little bit more of that, actually, because I'm not absolutely sure where my son is going to be going to school later as of yet. But in terms of family-friendly policies,
or how family friendly, how can we have a more family friendly built environment?
That's a really good and tricky question that I'd like to tackle, only because this city is almost 50, I feel, has a lot of single dwellers as well. And interspersing families with single people is always a touchy subject and something that we wanted to look at and step back and design for, I would say. I think the two can cohesively live together, and I've seen it happen before. San Francisco's a good example, actually, where you see a lot of single people living near family and family-friendly environments. I think parks really help bring these people together, as well as like the large sidewalks on park that we just put in. I also think that general, this farmers market that's happening or things like that are going to help both sides, because I think we have to look at both sides. If one's happy, the other's not, and we don't want anything like that.
Okay, thank you.
I guess my question goes back to what I previously asked the prior person, was about the sense of balance between family-friendly housing and industry in town, because I think we have to have both. So what's your take on that, and as far as the general plan and offering amendments or changes to the general plan?
My take on that in general would be that's the number one part of the Planning Commission, is the ability to balance those two. Partially answered in her question, I would say, is that both need to be addressed and both need to be satisfied. And I think they can be very easily. And I think that bringing our social groups together in Emeryville through various means is a way to do that. Just having easy pedestrian access for people. When you walk by someone, you meet them, you get to know them. You have a garage sale or something like that, and then you're going to interact with somebody else. I think that's a general, my general answer, I guess. I think it's a pretty general question, right?
So it was a general question, like the general plan.
Okay.
It's a general plan. So, okay. Well, thank you.
All right.
Lastly, closing remarks. You have a minute.
I want to start by thanking, I want to start by thanking you guys all for letting me come up here. This is my first time in a foray into civic duty. I'd like to be more. If I don't make it this time, you'll definitely see me again next year. But I think this was a great start, and I appreciate you guys letting me mumble up here for a moment.
Well, thank you. I like your tone that you're going to come back and keep applying. So we need people that want to get involved. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.